Bop, 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 bop. So that's not my fault. That's not my fault. My mic was on. It was ready. It was unmuted. For some reason, OBS didn't stop noticing my own microphone. It's fine. Hi, hi, hello. Welcome in. Hello, hi. Welcome into my favorite type of stream to do, which is the anime preview stream. We're going to be previewing the upcoming season of anime together. Also going to talk about winter and what I ended up watching and what you might have watched, and going to look at the spring season and see what you might be interested in watching, what I did end up watching, and all the other such informations that I cannot wait to get into here. I have a few things I got to do real quick. Before I do that, I got to move that something on our screen. Okay. Let's delete this. I got some housekeeping I got to do real quick on this, and there we go. That's fine. Okay. Before I get into that, I do want to mention that I am a little annoyed today because I've been having the people who the studio behind Mushishi copyright struck one of my YouTube shorts on Mushishi, not the actual video, one of my YouTube shorts on it, claiming that I was violating copyright. And usually what happens with that is I just like send it back to them and be like, hey, this is fair use. And YouTube's like, yeah, it's fair use. This is dismissed. Didn't end up happening this time. It elevated to a copyright strike against my channel, which if you didn't know, if you get 3 copyright strikes, your channel is deleted. And so I got annoyed about that, and I filed a full rejection of it, saying that I have the rights to do this. It's under fair use. You don't have the ability to copyright strike me for this. And I had to provide my legal name and address to them because either they're gonna end up suing me or they let it go. They're gonna let it go. Like I've dealt with these before. Like these aren't that rare, you know. They happen. They're just annoying. They're just really fucking annoying. So I did that earlier today. And those put me in a bad mood, but I'm feeling good today. I'm excited to talk about the anime coming up here. Anyway, claimer strike sucks. Yeah. Claims I deal with all the time. That's fine for the most part. Copyright strikes, those ones are scary. Those ones are scary. That's the kind of shit you're like, like I know I'll be fine, but like even then, it's still upsetting, you know? I'm sorry. I'm also having to like look at something to post on TikTok because I didn't do that when I should have, and so I'm doing it right now. So bear with me for just a moment. Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to do a Jujutsu Kaisen 0 TikTok. And just post that real quick. Anyway, but that's what I've been up to, you know? I don't know. I get it is frustrating to deal with that kind of stuff, but like it is the name of the game when it comes to YouTube. So you just got to deal with it. The most frustrating one I ever had was years ago when I did I did a video on Legend of Korra villains, and my hold on, sorry, 1 second. Okay, sorry. MC. Okay. There we go. Utah. All right. So I dealt with this before. Last time, I did a video on Legend of Korra villains, and that video had a really good start to it. Like, it was one of my best starts I've ever had to a YouTube video, like analytics wise. And it got taken down pretty quick by Viacom. While I was at SakuraCon that year, I was at a convention. Really, really frustrating. Took care of that as soon as I could. But by the time I did it, it had ruined the momentum of the video. So that was not good. But, you know, we roll with it. We ball. And we will handle it as we can. I'm sorry. I am just... Okay. Yuji Itadori. Utah. Kotsuku. Anime. TikTok. Anime Talk. Ugh. I'm sorry for doing this live, but yeah, I had to do it. Anyway, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over the anime that I watched this prior season here and just recap, you know, some thoughts on some stuff. Spoiler alert, I didn't watch that much anime this season, less than I wanted to. I've watched some, though, so we have some things to talk about. I'm going to get right to that here. Let's just pull that up. There we go. Okay. So here's the list for winter. If you don't remember, the winter 2025 list of anime. Okay. Here are the ones we actually saved as stuff to watch. Apothecary Diaries Season 2 has been great. I've loved this so far. I am caught. I have been keeping track of this religiously. This is the one that I have. We'll talk about some my favorite new anime, but like I have really loved Apothecary Diaries Season 2. I love this series in general. Very happy with it. High recommendation to watch Apothecary Diaries. Sakamoto Days. I have started watching this. I'm on episode 4 right now. Enjoyable series. I know manga readers are not happy with this adaptation because they want some more hype moments and aura, but you know, I enjoy it. The animation isn't like, you know, incredible. You know, it's not like Attack on Titan shit. You know, it's not the most knock your socks off action, but it's a fun series. About just a middle-aged man who used to be a John Wick-like assassin. Anyway, My High Marriage Season 2. I have not actually watched any of this. I am going to be what little I've seen. I'm just happy Matt Mercer's in another dub. Yeah, good to see Matt Mercer getting work. He's doing well for himself. My High Marriage Season 2. Haven't watched any of this. Probably going to binge it fairly shortly, but haven't watched any of it yet. Gonna open up another tab here for this. Just put this over here. Okay. Fate Strange Fake, about a fake Grail War. Haven't watched this yet. I don't know if it actually has a Western release. I'm gonna be real. I didn't even see this anywhere, so there's no score. What the fuck? Hold on a second. I'm gonna look this up real quick. I'm gonna look this up off screen because I don't want you guys to see my my Crunchyroll. You guys don't get to see that. That's for me. Also, that might get me banned. I don't know. Fate Strange Fake. Yeah, okay, it is here. There's 2 episodes. Why haven't I seen it? Okay. There's only 2 episodes out. That's interesting. I wonder why that's the case. I don't know. Seems interesting. Haven't watched it yet. So we're going to put this off to the side here. I didn't end up watching Honey Lemon Soda. I hear it's good. I just feel like it's one of those rom-com animes that I'm just not going to watch anytime soon. I may be a guild receptionist, but I'll solo any boss to clock out on time. I just found out that I didn't watch it, and I didn't have any motivation to watch it. Can you keep a secret about the Office romance drama? Again, want to watch it, haven't watched it. Zenshu, the best new anime of last season, by far. Zenshu is great. I love Zenshu. Zenshu ended last week, and my God, from beginning to end, great narrative story about an animator and understanding the world and life around them and growing as a person. Natsuko Hirose, great main character, great dub cast, great cast in general, incredible animation. Mappa really killed it on this. Wonderful production just overall. I love Zenshu and I highly recommend it. One of my I was really tempted to stop and like make a video of it. I didn't end up doing that, but I really love this series and I highly recommend you check it out. But yeah, I've seen it. Okitsuru fell in love with Okinawa Girl, but I just wish I knew what she's saying. I just didn't really have any desire to watch this, to be honest. Oh, from bureaucrat to villainous, Dance and Reincarnated. I am actively watching this. I watched the first 2 episodes, I think, and I liked it. I just need to watch more of it. You'll likely see me talk about this in the Zoids video I do. Anyway. Flowers and Asura. I don't remember anything about this, and I have no desire to really watch it. Sorry, it's about a broadcasting club, that's right. Yeah, I remember this. Okay, yeah. Okay, and I'll put it on the side thing. I have rotating rotating tabs of different anime I still need to watch. But hey. That's just the life of an anime reviewer. Anyway. That's all the anime from winter 2025 that's worth talking about here. We're just going to move right on to spring 2025. And we're going to get started just talking about some of the cool things that are coming up here. I've got some things off the top that I definitely want to talk about, but we'll start off. We'll just go in order for this first bit here. We'll look at it. All right. Let's get started with Fire Force Season 3. I don't care. I'm sorry. I stopped watching Fire Force near the end of Season 1. I enjoy the premise. I like some of the characters. The powers are interesting. The world is kind of interesting. The animation's really good, especially in Season 1, at least. That's what I saw. But I just could not find it in my heart to give a shit, to be honest. It's the same kind of thing that happens with Soul Eater, which is by the same mangaka. That's why I'm bringing it up. Really good series, a little too perverted for my taste. And I think that perversion distracts from the story a lot, and also just it kind of suffers from the on to the next big thing, and instead of feeling like it's naturally building its story to some form of narrative peak, you know. I don't know. It's not for me. Maybe it's for you. It's not for me. I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level Season 2. This is one of those fantasy series where they just kind of dick around for the entire thing, and the characters overleveled. I don't care. I haven't seen season 1. Not interested in seeing season 2. Sorry. Lazarus. Lazarus is the first one here that I'm very excited for. We are going to watch the trailer for Lazarus in a moment here. One thing I want to say, this is by, you know him, you love him, Shinichiro Watanabe. The creator of Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo, Carol and Tuesday, Space Dandy, among many, many others. He is one of the best directors in anime, the auteur, one of the true anime auteurs that are out there for especially for TV anime. His style is is immediately recognizable, always filled with so much funk and soul and humor and some really, really sick ass action. This is anime by Mappa, which I don't think he's done a series of Mappa before. He changes studios a lot, I feel like. He'd done a lot of them with, he did, at least, I know he did Space Dandy with Madhouse. I don't remember who Samurai Champloo was with. I don't even remember who Cowboy Bebop's by. I know Carol and Tuesday, I think, was Bones. So I feel like he switches around a lot, his studios he works with. Anyway, yeah, Space Dandy was Madhouse. Yeah. Here. Yeah, actually, we could pull him up here. Let's look at who he's worked with, because I feel like he's been a little all over the place, with his studios here. A Girl Meets a Boy and a Robot. I have not seen this. Oh, he did he was a creative producer on Blade Runner. He was a music producer for Sonny Boy, which music that was really fucking good. He loves music. Like, that's one of the things you have to respect about him. He absolutely loves music. Carol and Tuesday. And that love of music is all throughout all of his series. This was by, Carol and Tuesday was by Bones. This is the big, I'm just looking at the big series that I know him for. Episode director on Death Parade, huh? I didn't know that. Oh yeah, I forgot he did Terror and Resonance. Terror and Resonance, now that's a fucked up series. This one doesn't feel like his as much because it's not, I don't remember it being as musical. Oh, he worked with Mappa for that one. I didn't remember, I didn't know Mappa was around for Terror and Resonance. Okay, well there you go. Space Dandy. Kids in the Slope too. Yeah. That one makes sense. That definitely feels like one of his series. Oh no, it was Bones. It was Space Dandy. Space Dandy was Bones? I could have sworn it was Madhouse. Licensor. Oh, yeah, Mappa. Mappa did Kids in the Slope. Mappa and Tezuka Productions. I could have sworn I think I know what's happening. Well, Madhouse is still around. Like, Madhouse did Frieren and did around this time they also did One Punch Man. So Madhouse was still around and like still doing shit. This is actually around when Madhouse like had its big hit, because it had its big like financial hit against it, because that was, I think the reason I'm mixing it up is the same reason for this was Redline, the movie. And Redline had so many production problems, cost so much money to the studio, and was great, and it was in space and had a guy with a pompadour. So I think that's kind of where I confused it, because I know Madhouse did Redline. I thought they also did Space Dandy, but I'm wrong. Let's see. Samurai Champloo. These are the ones I'm more interested in. I don't know who did Champloo and who did Cowboy Bebop, so I just want to look at this. Oh, he worked on Escaflowne as an episode director and storyboard artist? I didn't know that. That's really cool. I love finding out that kind of stuff. Macross Plus as well. I'm going to look that up because I know that's a popular one. Okay. Haven't seen it, though. Manglobe Studios. Okay. Have not heard of this studio, to be honest. I don't know. I've not heard of Manglobe Studios. That's a new one. Okay. And Sunrise. Of course, Sunrise. Sunrise is the Gundam anime studio. So that makes sense. That actually really makes sense that Sunrise would be involved with Cowboy Bebop. Cool. And then we'll just look at Macross Plus. Triangle Staff. Yeah, I feel like these guys are not around anymore. Yeah, dissolved in 2002. Crazy. What was his first production that he worked on? He worked on Dirty Pair. Okay, cool. They did a manga for Carol and Tuesday? All right. Anyway, so Lazarus is his newest production. This is going on. This one is going on to Adult Swim. So I don't know where it's streaming. I think it'll probably be streaming on HBO. I would assume, since it's Adult Swim is part of Time Warner. So we'll see on that. I don't know. We'll look into that after this. But I am actually really excited for this series. It's a Watanabe series. It's a more action-packed series. His shows always have something good going on. So let's watch it out. Let's give it a watch.
スキナー博士が開発し、奇跡の鎮痛剤と呼ばれたハプナが発売された。それは人間をあらゆる苦しみから解放し、世界を救う。
Okay, let's.
私、スキナー博士が開発し、奇跡の鎮痛剤と呼ばれたハプナが発売された。
Miracle painkillers. Okay.
人間をあらゆる苦
Free
しみ
people
から
from
解放
suffering.
し、
Celebrate a
世
drug that
界
could
を
save
救
the
う
world.
薬とまで呼ばれた。しかし、
However,
私が開発したハプナは実はただの鎮痛剤ではない。それは体内にとどまり続け、服用から3年後に突然変異し、人を死に至らしめる。
ハプナは彼の仕掛けた壮大な罠だったんだ。
各地で混乱が起きている模様です。あと30日。
so it's poison.
その間に私の居場所を見つけ出せば人類は生き延びられる。
誰よりも平和と平等を求めた聖人のような人物だった。
そんな男がなぜあんな事件を起こしたのか。
彼を見つけてほしいの。
実は我々シークレットエージェントなんです。
あんたさ、懲役何年
888年かな。
888 years.
デストロイ。ノーフューチャー。
There you go.
これがきっと最後のチャンス。どういうこと？
もしかすると今日
Love
は
the
我
music.
々にとって最後の日曜日になるかもしれません。私はただの7番目のラッパ吹きに過ぎないのだ。
とにかくだ。スキナーを捕まえること。
何のため？
世界を救うためだ。
本気で言ってます？
私たちはラザロ。
正義の味
One of the few anime directors who's good at making and directing black anime characters. So hey, again, cheers to Watanabe.
方だ。
あいつマジでイカれてるわ。
Hey, I think that looks fucking sick. I think that looks fucking sick. I'm really excited for Lazarus. It's animated by Nappa, directed by Watanabe. What more could you really ask for? It's going to be awesome. And the plot kind of, I'm going to be real, the plot kind of reminds me of, also in the year 2052, the plot kind of reminds me of of like what people conspiratorize would happen with like the COVID vaccine, that eventually it'll turn and it'll mutate and kill you. Except, this is with a drug, a painkiller. And I think it being about a painkiller that they lie to the public about that ends up hurting people is very interesting. I don't know if Watanabe is pretty plugged into America and like American culture and American politics. Carol and Tuesday is a great example of that because there's the Trump surrogate in that. But the reason I bring that up is that the opioids crisis, I think, could be like something he's trying to hint at here. But also, it looks like a spy thriller, a futuristic spy thriller with a bunch of action. And honestly, what more could you ask for? What more could you really ask for? I'm gonna look this up here. Where will Lazarus stream? Adult Swim. Let's see. Usually Toonami original animes hit Max the next day after they premiere. You could then after you could use Adult Swim website or if you have a TV provider. Annoying. I don't want to have to pay for Max. I actually really hate the idea of paying for HBO Max or just Max because they suck. They suck balls. But hey, I might consider paying for 1 month once Lazarus is all out, which is a shame because I want to follow it week by week, but I really can't support them. And I don't like pirating anime because I don't like sitting at my desk to watch anime. That is more the reason than anything else, to be real. Anyway, also you shouldn't pirate anime. I would never take that stance. I would never say anything like that. Always watch the official release. Always. Anyway. Windbreaker Season 2. Windbreaker is an anime that I believe I've talked about a few times here. Season 1 is about a bunch of delinquent boys in a school full of delinquent boys, except these boys are led by a benevolent leader who actually wants people to get along and have fun. And they, instead of being delinquents that terrorize the society around them and the town around them, they are delinquent boys that help out and do good deeds and like clean up in their communities. Fun anime, very, very fun series. I love season 1. The animation of it was beautiful. I think there's a lot of really cool things in Windbreaker season 1 that I like personally. I think the story takes a little bit to get going, probably like episode 6 or something, But when I bought in hard. I love this series, and now that a lot of the groundwork is laid, I'm excited for season 2. Speaking of the official release, did you hear that Richard Epcar is doing a brand new dub of Castle Cagliostro with the current English Lupin the 3 cast? Guy's been dubbing Lupin the 3 since the 90s, if memory serves. Oh, hey, that's cool. Castle Cagliostro, the Miyazaki classic Lupin the 3rd movie. Really good movie. I remember watching that. I think I watched it subbed. So yeah, I'm definitely down to check that out. We love some Lupin the 3rd. All right. Let's watch this trailer for the new season of Windbreaker. This is all from season 1. Next day. Boforum. That's right. They introduced this this rival gang that seems like a bunch of assholes, and we never really got to see them deal with them. I'm excited. I forgot that's the cliffhanger. I hate having to deal with cliffhangers. I'm excited for it. Ooh, new lady character. Not a lot of animation in this preview, but I don't know when this came out. That could be kind of concerning. Season 2 also done by Cloverworks? Cloverworks animated season 1, and they did a great job. But Cloverworks, How long ago did they put this preview out? 5 months ago. Okay, so it's entirely possible they did a better one here. Let's see. Nope, not really. Okay. I don't. PVs. Maybe this one.
他人を支配するのに
Okay. Hold on. Let's try the PV.
一番いいものは恐怖だ。最高に気持ちいいよね。趣味の悪いことができる奴らがまともなはずねえだろ。
Windbreaker.
あらら、団体様のお越しだ。だからさ、こっちもいいよね。おーし、お前ら、やっておしまい。お前ら下がってていいぞ。俺一人で十分だ。悪役は負けるって、相場は決まった。いいね。同じ人間として恥ずかしい。
Okay. Yeah, it's not a whole lot. Just they're going up against a rival gang. That's what's going to be happening in it. It's okay. That's fine. That's fine. I liked Windbreaker Season 1. I think you'll like Windbreaker Season 2 if you haven't checked out Season 1. I recommend checking it out. It's a good series. Yeah. I don't know. It's one of those series that's like it's if you like dumb, strong boys in a delinquent gang, then you'll like this anime. You know, this also is done. This is also done by Cloverworks. Yeah. Okay. Good. Good. I recommend. All right. Moving on. We're gonna move on. My Hero Academia Vigilantes. I've heard about this series. I don't really know what this is gonna be about. I am caught up on the My Hero Academia anime, and I don't know anything about this. My Hero Academia Illegals. You're not supposed to call them that, My Hero Academia. That's not how, no. Okay. My Hero Academia Vigilantes. Living in a superhero human society, it's hard to feel special. Even more so when the spotlight only shines on professional heroes, those legally authorized to use their special powers, known as quirks, in public for the greater good. Koichi Hamawari grew up aspiring to be a hero, but with a mediocre quirk like sliding that ties him to the ground. What? He soon came to the conclusion that he could only ever admire them from below. Despite this, Koichi finds contentment in using his quirk to carry out day-to-day good deeds, such as returning lost items and helping the elderly cross the street. However, Koichi's tame life takes a swing to the turbulent when he is rescued from a back alley brawl by Vigilante, or illegal hero. By Vigilante or illegal hero, Knuckle Duster. Seeing hero potential in Koichi, Knuckle Duster enlists his help tracking down the source of a dangerous drug known as Trigger to boost the user's quirk at expense of their rationality. Okay. Set in a time before the events of the original story, Vigilante Boku no Hero Academia Illegals follows Koichi as he chooses to don the reputation of a villain and become a vigilante, operating in the shadow of the law to prevent the crimes from taking to the surface. I heard the big issue with vigilantes is that All Might isn't really there in the background, thereby causing a thematic void. Huh. Oh, well, I mean, I think something that takes place in the world could be good. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, like, clearly the main character loves All Might because they are in an All Might hoodie. But let's just look. You know what? I think I definitely want to give that a shot. That sounds pretty cool. Sounds like they could do a little more hero stuff not tied to a high school setting. Sounds great. Okay, that's by Bones. Cool. Bones Film. Okay, so this is a separate production department from Bones. That's interesting. Okay. I don't know. I'm interested in this because I feel like, you know, you see it's a little bit before Deku's time. You get a little more the seedy underside, some little different perspectives, a little bit more focused on the world itself rather than a bunch of high school characters, which honestly is the weakest part of My Hero Academia. So Yeah, I'm in for it. I'm in for it. I'll give it a shot. I'll give it kind of gives me a Kick-Ass vibe a little bit. And I like Kick-Ass, so we'll give it a shot. The beginning after the end. The story follows the strongest king in history, Gray. Although he possesses unparalleled power, wealth, and fame, there is no one who stands by his side, and he trusts no one. One day, Gray suddenly meets his death and is reincarnated as a powerless infant named Arthur in a world of magic. Surrounded by a loving family and companions, Arthur starts to experience joys in this new life that he never knew in his previous one. However, during the journey, his family is attacked by bandits. Thus begins his second life, filled with love and adventure. Okay. Why does it matter that he was a king beforehand? Let's find out. Let's see how this looks. Of
かつて数えきれない勝利を手にした
Of course not.
私がただの無力な赤ん坊になるとはな。
It's a weird looking baby.
この世界には私の知らない力が存在している。早急に力を手にする必要がある。これを殺さなければ己が死ぬ。早く。もっと早く。
チビの朝、その力で何をする？大切な人を守りたい。
I don't really have a whole lot to say about this because I feel like I'm falling asleep. Oh, no.
逃げて。
今の私には家族と
ありがとう、朝。
愛してくれる仲間がいる。私は変われると信じたい。
The proportions on these characters feels weird.
未来を決めるのは自分自身だからね。
さあ、出発だ。最強の王様、二度目の人生は何をする？
Alright, have a good one, Yellow Ring. I'll see you later. I'm gonna say it. I think this looks bad. I don't have any desire, will, or intention to watch this series. Too bad. Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't look that good. Doesn't sound that good. We'll pass. Goodbye. All right. Please put them on. Takamine-san. Takamine is great at everything she does, and her magnetic personality makes her the envy of everyone. She's got good grades, excels at sports, and even manages to become student council president during her first year of high school. That's insane. How that? Okay, but Takamine has a secret. She possesses an ability called Eternal Virgin Road, allowing her to redo past actions and achieve a different result. Well, this might seem like a decent skill to have. Takamine must pay a price to activate it. She has to strip off a piece of her lingerie. After getting an perfect score on a test, Takamine begins to remove her underwear during class and is spotted by her average and weak-willed classmate, who is bewildered by the sight. However, the very next instant, things reset, and Takamine's test is now perfect. While Shirota decides to confront Takamine, when he decides to confront Takamine about her previous test score, she reveals her ability to him and blackmails him into becoming her closet, making him carry around extra lingerie and put them on her. Her goal is to be able to use Eternal Virgin Road as much as possible in order to stay at the top of the school hierarchy. Left with little choice in the matter, Shirota accepts starting an oddly intimate type of relationship with the most popular girl at school. That is bullshit. That is a terrible what the fuck? I don't feel like I should watch this. Fuck it. Yelling, I thought you were going to bed. You know what? We're not gonna watch the trailer. Shementai, I am going to bed. Yeah. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh God, why? Let's.
パンツを履かせてちょうだい。
Nope. Okay, no, we can't do it. We can't watch the trailer for this. It's a porn anime. You want to watch a safe for work? Do you want to watch a porn anime that they allow on TV? That's what this anime is. Pass. Pass. We're fine. Okay, no. Here-san, season 2. I watched season 1 of this. Here-san wa Haka Renai. This is kind of a similar series to Komi Can't Communicate. Instead of her not being able to communicate, she's just very quiet. Similar premise, similar type of anime. It's pretty funny, actually. I liked it, but I didn't watch all of it. I didn't watch the entire season. Just kind of forgot. There was one really good episode that killed me where they started rapping to each other a lot, and I thought that was hilarious for some reason. But I'm not going to watch season 2 because I haven't seen season 1. All of season 1. So, sorry. Moving on. Can a boy-girl friendship survive? A boy and a girl pledge lifelong friendship in a small town junior high school. The relationship between the two, who are destined to share a common dream, has passed 2 years without any particular development. Himari Inozuka, a bubbly girl who has yet to find her first love, and Yue Natsume, a plant-loving boy who enjoys flowers, still spend their days peacefully as best friends in the gardening club in the second year of high school. If you can't get married, I have to take responsibility. I'm having trouble now because after Himari said that, your brother began calling me my brother-in-law. What the fuck? After Yu reunites with his first crush, the gears of their relationship suddenly go out of sync. Will Himari be able to escape her ideal friend now that she has found love? Interesting. Okay. Well, let us watch the trailer for this one.
30までに優がお店開けなかったら責任取って結婚して。
Okay, well, we don't get any kind of subtitles, but we're just gonna guess what's going on here. These are the two of the best friends. I'm guessing that's the brother that keeps calling her brother-in-law.
来る前はメッセしてって言ってるでしょ。
Someone's sister.
遊びに来てやったっぞ。てか、
A dramatic best friend type.
ほら、リーンちゃん、ブレスレットを直してもらうのだろう。
どうも。えのっちじゃん。ひーちゃん。まだその初恋の子が忘れられないの？夏目くんの花、その子にちゃんと届いてるから。多分私はずっと優から離れられない。永遠に親友。
This sounds like... I don't know, this feels interesting because it feels like one of those things where it's the best friend type doesn't get the guy, you know, she's classic best friend character, and the person they have a love interest, she has a crush on her best friend, but he finds another girl, and instead of it being based on like the guy's perspective and like the best friend being a side character, the best friend character seems like they're the main character. I don't know. Okay, interesting. I kind of want to watch this. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be great, but it kind of feels like one of those rom-coms that I like watching, which are, I don't know, love triangles are kind of interesting to me. Kind of reminds me of Machine, which is one of the anime I really loved from last year. But I don't know, different. Still different. Anyway, moving on. Let's watch some more anime. Let's check out some more anime. All right. Go Go Loser Ranger Season 2. Watch Go Go Loser Ranger Season 1. I love this one a lot. This is like Power Rangers meets The Boys. It's kind of crazy. Kind of insane. And everyone's a little bit of a psycho in a good way. I like this series a lot. It's not The Boys level of intensity and like everyone's like a real piece of shit, but like characters are very complex. The world is very complex, and it follows a main character who is one of the like putties, you know, like the henchmen characters that the Power Rangers always beat. This is a world where there was a spaceship that came to Earth, and then the Power Ranger characters fought the monsters that were coming out of the spaceship, and then after a year they'd beaten all of the actual monsters, but they wanted to keep like the act going to like continue being heroes, so they made the henchmen who can shapeshift put on a show basically every week, and then they rule the Rangers rule them with an iron fist, basically enforcing them to fight them in show battles so that the Rangers can keep their show power, their status in society. Interesting series. I like it a lot. I'm very excited for season 2. This is animated by Yoestar Pictures, and they did a great fucking job. Watch this goddamn series. I want to actually watch. Do I not have it on here? God. Okay. We're going to watch real quickly here. I'm not going to watch the trailer for the series because I don't want you to get spoiled for season 1, because not enough people watched season 1. We're going to watch the ED and I recommend you give it a try. We're going to add this. I'm going to save this to the AMV playlist. So, boop. There we go. All right. Back on it. Witch Watch. Nico Wakatsuki has finished her 6 years of witch training and is moving back to town by herself. As a new witch, she must choose a familiar to accompany her. However, unlike other witches, she wishes to pick a non-animal familiar. There's no better companion than Morihito Moi Otogi, her childhood friend who happens to be an ogre. Morihito is vehemently opposed to being her servant, but he reluctantly accepts his fate after learning that a curse would revert him into a strange cow-tiger hybrid were he to disobey a witch's order. Due to Morihito's father leaving for a business trip and Nico's mother remaining behind in the witch's holy land, the two teens find themselves living together under the same roof. I wonder what happens. While Nico is ecstatic to be living with her crush, Morihito finds that her magical antics and overall clumsiness create more problems than solutions. With a prophesized disaster to befall Nico within the year, Morihito must do everything he can to protect her as her bodyguard, while also upholding his duties as her familiar. Okay. Let's watch the trailer. This is going to be on Netflix, so this is going to be probably one you're going to see a little more coverage of. They always really do with Netflix anime, but let's see. An ogre and a witch. He just looks like a normal dude. Living together? Oh.
その前に部屋を片付けよう。
これから一緒に住むとか、今まさにエロいことを考えてるよ。何か起こると思います。
I think something might
自己
happen.
紹介で魔女ですって言うんじゃねえぞ。
Okay. I think it's always I always think it's interesting how you see in anime a lot of times it's the female character who's lusty and looking for romance, and the male character's like, oh, I just hate everything and I don't want to be. It's really it's strange. It's strange because it's always the opposite in real life. It's strange.
ぱりお前か。
先生ともっとウロミラの話がしたいです。もう付き合ってんじゃん。若月に同じです。
初日にバレた。ニコちゃんには1年以内に災いが
Disaster will fall, Nico. Dogs and raindrops will bring disaster.
出てこいよ下手くそ。誰なんだ。
He doesn't look like an ogre.
本当に誰？それも誰？
Mystery deepens.
ここは俺が引きつける。お前はうんこし。
Okay, there's horns.
こぼれるかと思った。
思わずタンクしてしまった。
わざかい敬語です。何をグダグダグダグダ。
魔法で器用にしてください。おかげさま。
頼み方も不器用。はい恋の悩みで。喋り方じゃねえのかよ。嘘だろ。
知床？
いうか何なんだその手さっきから。俺は手が帽子にくっついて。手が帽子にくっついてんのかよ。
ニコは人を助けられる立派な魔女になりたいの。
This looks ridiculous.
このアンティークドレス年代は。
まさかのヴィンテージ服マニア。
This looks absurd and silly, and I don't know if I'm gonna love it, but I'll give it a shot. I think it's one of those ones to give a shot at least. So fine. I'll. This is one of those ones I may not watch. Well, I'm gonna put it on the list. I'll keep it on the list. Okay. Burl Gradient, a self-proclaimed humble old man, is a sword instructor at his dojo in a rural backwater village. In his younger years, he dreamed of glory as a master swordsman, but those days are long behind him. Out of the blue, he receives a visit from a famous former pupil who brings him world-shattering news. He's been appointed as special instructor of the Knights of the Liberian Order. With his life now turned upside down, Beryl travels to the capital and reunites with some of his former students, elite knights, an ace wizard, and even an adventurer who's attained the highest guild rank possible. Why do they all want his tutelage? As far as he's concerned, they clearly don't need him anymore. Can Beryl live up to his new position, and will he ever get a moment's peace away from his adoring students? I'm guessing he is actually secretly way stronger than he actually understands. Studio Passionate, how about say film? We'll look that up later. Let's look at the preview for this anime. Okay. No subtitles. That's fine.
ガーデナント氏の実力がいかほどかご教示いただきたい。
Interesting outfit. Okay, he's got a dojo.
先生の剣がどこでも通用することを証明する。
Seems like a series that's gonna have like be a fantasy series, but have a whole lot of Western aesthetics. Japanese aesthetics that don't really make sense. But like it's just a mishmash. It's fine.
にふさわしい舞台を用意せずにはいられなかった。
Okay.
先生の元を離れて20年。今の私を見てくだ
Oh
さい。
damn, she's strong. She got some abs on her.
やはり先生はこうでないと。
先生、お久しぶりっす。私に任せてくださいっす。
Former students. They're all girls. That's interesting.
試してみたいのよ。
強者を相手にの。
集中しろ集中。大いなる神のご加護よ。あいさ。
I feel like this is like a kind of like a fetish the creator has of being a guy who like teaches younger students, and then they all come back and they secretly adore him and love him, even though he's just a normal guy who never did anything that special. He's not creeping on them. They just are so attracted to him because he's so strong and powerful and good at his job. I just think weird that they're all girls. Always feels like there's a little bit of a thing when it's the main characters a guy and all the side characters are younger women. Always feels like it's a little strange. Now, we'll see. We'll see. Seemed like all of the students were girls. Interesting. Maybe it's not. Huh?
ついでに嫁見つけるまで帰ってくんな。早く孫の顔を見せろ。
That must have been some kind of joke I didn't understand because there's no subtitles. Anyway, it's based off a light novel. That doesn't mean a whole lot for me. What else has the studio done? Oh, they did Spice and Wolf. Other than that, it's kind of a bunch of slop. Oh, Higurashi. The new Higurashi. Oh, High School DxD. Rail Wars. Okay. For right now, I don't think I want to watch this. If more information comes out or there's some hype around it, I'm open to it. But I just don't get the vibe that I'm gonna like it all that much. So, Brilliant Healer's new life in the shadows. Life hasn't been kind to Zenos. He was born in the slums, and his dirt-poor background has denied him almost every opportunity. After an encounter with a healer, he throws himself into studying to become one, and finally catches a break when an adventurer invites Zenos into his party. Zenos is thrilled, so thrilled in fact, that he's willing to put up with his teammates treating him like garbage. As they always do with healers. I guess there's a thing with like healers being treated badly. I don't know. They fail to appreciate his talents and ultimately kick him to the curb, claiming he's outlived his usefulness to them. Now bereft of money and out of options, Zenos decides to put his self-taught skills to use elsewhere and opens an underground clinic. Word spreads quickly spreads out the brilliant healer working incredible magic in the city's shadowy underbelly. Even the royal palace is taking notice. Can Zenos buck the odds and carve out a new life for himself in the world that's spit in his face? And can he save the lives of patients who wind up on his doorstep in the process? So it's one of those stories where a brilliant character was kicked out of a hero party. And this one looks like they opened up a clinic for poor people. Or like a clinic. Yeah, a clinic servicing the underprivileged. So let's check out the trailer and see what we think. This is by Macaria. We'll look that up later. Okay, hold on. There is subtitles. Okay, that's good. Ugh, what wimps. But I mean, geez, he really is a complete waste of space. Why? I want you gone.
いくらか治療院らしい雰囲気になったな。
どうしてこんなところで？
闇営業を街中で堂々とやるわけにはいかないだろう。
Oh, I'm licensed after. Oh, okay, he's an unlicensed healer. So he's an unlicensed back alley doctor. Why does she have a gun? Why does she have a gun? What the fuck? Why? Anime, choose your aesthetic. Come on now. What? Why does she have a gun? What is this armor? It's only covering her titties. The plate armor doesn't go over her actual chest part. What?
私は完璧な近衛兵であり、市民のヒーローでなくてはならない。貴様はどうせ近いうちに厄介ごとに巻き込まれる。
He's a ghost, I'm guessing.
なんだよこれ。まさかあいつが実力者だったなんて、そんなことがあってたまる。
He's actually super talented. Huh.
信じられん。
It looks like that guy quickly realized that he'd fucked up. Okay.
一体誰が。
That's interesting.
前線は我らに任せろ。これもゼノットのおかげ。
治癒士は最前線に立つ。
Uh,
仲間へのサポートがおろそかになる。だが
民衆には完璧なヒーローが必要なのだ。私はまがいものなんかじゃない。
何かのために戦っているやつってのは嫌でも傷を負うもんだ。だから俺みたいな治癒士がいる。
本当はた
a
だ
dark hero healer.
人が傷ついていくの
Wow.
が嫌なだけなんだと思う。
I feel like I've seen anime like this before, but I don't know.
覚えておけ。
I don't know. This one doesn't scream at me as being like really exciting or new or groundbreaking in any way, shape, or form. But I'm gonna leave it on the list because, like, you know, maybe I'm bored. Maybe I give it a shot. Maybe it's worth some wilds. I don't know. We'll see. Black Butler, Emerald Witch Arc. By the Queen's orders, Sebastian and Ciel head to Germany to investigate the mysterious deaths that have been occurring. As the two investigate the truth behind the werewolf forest, it's a forest of werewolves, by the way, where anyone who steps foot inside is cursed to death, a terrible curse falls upon them in the cursed forest where they're cursed and to be death and cursed with the werewolves, and there's werewolves in the forest. It's a werewolf forest. Anyway, I don't like Black Butler, and I'm not going to watch it. Goodbye. Sword of the Demon Hunter, Kijin Gentosho. Yokohama Animation Laboratory. I haven't heard that studio before. Let's see. Oh, okay. I heard about this anime. I never watched it. Okay. I haven't really heard about a lot of these. Okay. Well, let's see. In the Edo period, there was a shrine maiden called Itsukihime in the mountain village of Kadono. Jinta, a young man who acts as the shrine maiden's guardian despite being a stranger, encounters a mysterious demon who speaks of the far future in the forest where he went to defeat. Encounters a mysterious demon who speaks of the far future in the forest where he went to defeat it. From Edo to the Heisei era. This huge Japanese fantasy series follows the demon man who travels through time while continuously questioning the meaning of wielding a sword. That sounds interesting. Okay. 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 Don't do that. I am interested. Let's look at the trailer for this. No, okay. Only Japanese.
見こもりとして
Oh, looks good.
なすべきをなしたまででございます。
兄ちゃんおはよう。おかえりなさい。
ただいま。
仲睦まじい兄弟、密かに思いを寄せる二人、三人の運命の歯車が重なり。
Yeah, spider. Yeah.
こんな女いなくなればいいのにね。
I'm assuming that's a demon.
兄ちゃんはね、鈴のすべてだから。
俺強くなる。どんな鬼でも倒せるようになる。
私。
Interesting angles there. Hold on. Right there. That was an interesting angle. Okay. Okay, something happened to that kid. Yeah. Yeah.
ねえ姫様、死んで
人よ、なぜ刀を振る？
死んで。
俺は何もできなかった。何一つ守れなかった。
Looks like bad things happen.
けじめはつけねばならぬでしょう。
時代を超えた復讐劇。
You know what?
鬼人幻冬賞。
今一度己を磨き直し、いずれこの地に降り立つであろう鬼神を討つために。
Wandering warrior on a trip of revenge. You know what? I can dig it. I can dig it. I can dig it. We'll keep it in here. I want to give this one a shot. I want to give this one at least 3 episodes because I don't know if it's good. It could just be really generic, but I want to give it a shot. I don't know. It feels like one of those action animes that remind me of the days of watching watching Rurouni Kenshin. You know, I don't know. Gives me not the same vibes, but like kind of makes me think of that. I don't know. I'm interested in giving it a try. All right, let's move on. I didn't know this was happening. I didn't know this one was going on. Oh, I saw one that I'm really excited for. Okay. If you know me, you know which one. Anyway, Kowloon, generic romance. Okay. In the distant future, individuals who adore the old way of life live in Kowloon Walled City, a slum city that serves as a refugee for those who long for the Hong Kong of the past. Realtor Ryoko Kujirai, however, craves for the new and exciting places in the area. In contrast, her only co-worker, Hajime Kudo, enjoys the nostalgia the city invokes and is put off by anything modern that seeps past its walls. But despite their differing views and constant bickering on the most mundane things, the two often find themselves enjoying each other's company. One day, a prank gone wrong leads Hajime to make unexpected advance towards Reiko, after which he swiftly apologizes for. Baffled by his actions, Reiko starts investigating for possible explanations, only to discover a past she has no memory of. Interesting. Interesting that they have Japanese names, but they're clearly in Hong Kong. But let's give this one a look. That is an interesting premise. Why is it called the generic romance? Japanese, okay.
そこに映ってるの私じゃないんです。
Were they secretly married in the past? I don't know.
過去の自分を全く思い出せない。
みんなクーロンに恋をしているんだ。新しいものなんて必要ないんだよ。
I know there's a walled city. I think this is based off of that.
ヒーローは遅れてくるってのがお約束だろ。
私は工藤さんの知ってるクジライ玲子ではないんでしょう。
知らないのはお前の方だろ。
知らないのか、アイス周りの花言葉。あなただけを見つめてる。過去がない人間なんて他にもいるよ。例えば私とか。
素晴らしすぎてどうにかなりそうだ。
このクーロンは俺の知ってるクーロンじゃない。人っちゅうのは見たいもんを見ての生き物や。
この人生が彼女のもの。
この夏のクーロンがどうかしてるぜ。
私は知りたい。たとえそれが恐ろしいものだとして。
クーロンジェネリックロマンス。
Okay.
話すか。俺の知ってるクジライ玲子のこと。
Arvo animation. That's the second time I've seen that in one of these looks. Okay. Who is the director? The director from the Isekai smartphone anime. Okay. I'm not gonna judge him based on that. Monster Masune. This is the director of the Does Your Mom... Do You Love Your Mom and Her 2-Hit Multi-Target Attacks? That's the same director. Okay. That director doesn't give me a lot of hope. Is this based off something? It's based off a manga. I want to give this a couple episodes. I want to give this a few episodes. This is an interesting premise. I want to give this a few episodes. I'm going to keep it on here. The Shinuji family children. Okay. The love between brother and sister. The love between man and woman. That which was most forbidden is most unyielding. This is a fucking... It's just incest. The first sentence is just incest is cool. Don't you love incest? Okay, that's fine. The 2 sons and 5 daughters of the Shiunji family shine like brilliant gems, each with intelligence and beauty in equal measure. And with the pedigree of their wealthy father behind them, how could they not be the talk of the town? Eldest son Arata has spent his life being tossed around by the whims of his colorful sisters, yet a little teasing will stop him from valuing his family over anything and anyone else. But when his youngest sister turns 15, their father reveals a long-hidden secret of the Shinuji siblings and knocks Arata's world off its axis. Is that they're not actually siblings and that he wants them to marry one of his siblings? Is that it? Is that it? Is that what's happening? Is that what's happening? Is this a fucking excuse to have incest? Is that what's fucking happening, anime?
一緒に住めて羨ましいとか何見て言ってんだ
5 gorgeous girls under one roof, all around similar ages. Harem rom-com.
は？なんで我が家でまでガード固めなきゃいけないのよ。ごめん、さっきまで格ゲーしてて。私には1ミリもその気がありません。ごめんなさい。弟の特権でしょ。感謝してもらわなきゃ。お兄ちゃんの力加減が一番好き。
でも兄弟何も変わらねえよな。何も。
単刀直入に言おう。君たちは本当の兄弟ではない。
I fucking knew it!
兄弟同士での結婚とかかな。
好きなの。運命の人とも呼べる相手はいるのか。場所や言葉じゃなくて、そして誰にされるかだよね。ねえねえ、デートしよっか。それは弟でもいいのか。好き。
俺はみんなを守りたい。誰が何と言おうと一人残らず幸せにしてみせる。
だって兄弟じゃないならお付き合いも恋人にもなれるでしょ。
If we're not related, then we can date and become lovers. It's just incest. It's just an incest anime. What if you found out that you could fuck your sister? No, no. What are you talking about? Why? Not a single person involved in writing that series ever had a goddamn sibling. What the fuck? Moving on. I'm the evil lord of an intergalactic empire. Interesting title right off the bat. Okay, how evil is he actually? In his last life, Liam, weird name, lived as a moral, responsible person. I guess not that normal. But died deep in debt and betrayed by his wife. Ooh. Reborn into the ruling family of a vast interstellar empire, Liam knows that life is divided between the downtrodden and the ones who do the stomping. So this time he's going to take what he wants and live for himself. But somehow things refuse to work out that way. Despite doing his best to become a tyrant, Liam's decisions lead to nothing but peace and prosperity for the empire under his rule, and he gets more and more popular. Oh! Okay, so he's trying to be evil, but like everything turns out working. That, okay. I can see how that could be pretty funny. Let's see. Let's see if it is pretty funny. I'll rise from the bottom.
全てを見返してやる
I'll make everyone regret it.
我がバンフィールド家には莫大な借金があるのです。
借金
Oh, that did not look great.
悪徳領主になるのはこんなにも難しいのか。
旦那様、今現在の領地の再建の方が重要かと。ミヤス、戦艦を買ってほしいの。
いらん。
早っ。申し訳ありません、ミヤム様。プラチナ雑魚どもは全てこのクリスティアーナが退治いたします。
もっとだ。もっと俺を楽しませろ。
Okay.
俺は悪徳領主として人生を謳歌してやる。楽しいぞ。ライフルビーム。
Rifle beam. Woo.
旦那様、
なんで叫ぶんですか？
お待ちかねのショーだ。
私をどうするつもりだ。
これもみんな俺を転生させてくれた案内人のおかげだ。ありがとう。さあ、お楽しみの時間だ。この悪徳領主リアム様にひれ伏せ。
Okay. You know what? I'll give it a shot. I will give it a shot. I feel like this one deserves at least a shot. Maybe it's pretty funny. If he's actually trying to be evil and he just keeps fucking up in ways where he does the evil thing, it does seem like it's going to be evil, but somehow it works out being good. If that's the gag, then I think that could be pretty funny. We'll see. I don't have the highest hope, but we'll see. Your Forma. Also, the animation on this didn't look amazing, but we'll see. Okay. Your Forma. In an Ultimate 2023, the Your Forma, a miraculous smart thread technology, initially developed to treat a massive outbreak of viral encephalitis, has become an integral part of daily life. But these convenient devices come with an invasive drawback. They record every sight and sound. Every sight, sound, and even emotion of the user's experience. Oh, okay. For electronic investigator Ichika Hieda, diving into people's memories via the Your Forma and hunting for evidence to solve the toughest crimes is all part of a day's work. The problem is she's so good at what she does that her assistants literally fry their brains trying to keep up with her. After putting one too many aides in the hospital, the top brass finally furnish Ichika with a partner on her level, a brilliant yet cheeky android named Harold Lucraft. Okay? Does this unlikely duo have what it takes to resolve their mutual suspicions and avert a deadly technological infection of sweeping across the globe before it's too late? So it's like... So it's like smartphones on steroids. Okay. Interesting. I can remember a Black Mirror episode like this. Anyway, let's see the... Let's see this.
ナーミクスです。人間に危害を加えることはできません。
彼がいなければ私は電作を行えません。
私にとってあなたは初めての友人ですから。
知らず知らずのうちに人間と同じ価値観を求めてしまっていたんだ。
どうすればあなたの望む対等になれますか。
お前らには心なんてない。主人がバラバラにされたって何も感じないだろ。
俺はお前のことを弟のように思っているよ。家族ですか。
家族よ。
次世代型の感情エンジンは豊かだそうだが、ここまでなのは勘弁だな。
相変わらず何を考えているかわからない。
君はあれの本性を知っているんだよね。
私は君の気持ちとかそういうものが傷つくんじゃないかと心配で。
私は必ずお前を見つける。
私が失いたくないのは
黙ってくれ。
全てを終わらせよう。ルークラフト補助官。
Kind of reminds me of a weird version of like Psychopaths.
変えたのですよ。
But also not. Definitely is trying to like have the same bones as Psychopaths. Who's the director here? I think I'll pass. I think I'll pass. The director for Goblin Slayer. The director for Goblin Slayer. Maybe it's. I shouldn't judge them just by that, but I was already on the fence. I'm fine. This is the one I'm very excited for. This is the one I'm excited for. Shoshimin How to Become Ordinary Season 2. If you didn't know, I love Shoshimin How to Become Ordinary Season 1. I thought it was a really interesting, deep, weird series with some brilliant direction. And I am really excited for Season 2. I'm waiting for this for a long time since Season 1 kind of ended on a cliffhanger that I didn't like. I want to see more. So yeah, let's watch this. So the main two characters was that short girl and that tall black-haired guy. They were inseparable the first season. Some things happened and they stopped being friends, and then they became friends or started like getting in relationships with the two other people, the red-haired dude for the short girl and the light brown-haired girl for the guy. Glad there's a Season 2 coming. This is definitely going to be one of my must-watches. I'm really excited for it. Because Shoshimin How to Become Ordinary is a good anime. You should watch it. Because it's good. Summer Pockets. Summer Pockets is set on an island, rural and peaceful. Set on an isolated, rural, and peaceful island in the Seto Island Sea called Tori Shirojima, which has a population of about 2,000 people. The protagonist, Hayari Takahara, grew up in an urban setting, but after an unpleasant incident, he uses the recent death of his grandmother as an excuse to come to the island to take care of her estate style. It kind of sounds like the setup for Summertime Rendering, except a grandma instead of the best friend. Anyway, once there, he gets to know 4 girls who are the focus of the story. That's a weird way to say it. Who are the focus of the story. Shirohara, who forgot her summer vacation. Owl, who is pursuing the legends of the island. Kamome, high-class girl looking for a pirate ship. And Sumuji, a younger girl trying to find herself. Okay, let's check out the trailer. Of course, we don't have any goddamn subtitles. The art style kind of reminds me of like Higurashi or like Dean Stay Night, the Fate Stay Night done by Studio Dean. It gives me real mid-2000s, like 2000s anime vibes.
Welcome to Torishirojima Island! どうも。もしかして来てくれたのか？
歓迎してないし、私には構わないで。いいことなんて何もないから。
この島に来てから小さい時のことを思い出すんだ。なんでかな。ちょっとだけワクワクする。
きっと島があなたに合ってるのかもしれない。
だったらいいな。
今やっと全部を思い出したの。もうすぐ帰らなくちゃならないんです。私にはどうしても探さなきゃいけない記憶があるの。
待ってくれ。
誰かを巻き込むのは嫌。
I'm gonna end it there. Not for me. Not for me. I don't see it. I don't see the vision. I'm sorry. Moving on. Let's see. That's an interesting one. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else that I'm really wanting to preview here. It's interesting. No. Ninja. No. Mononoke lecture. Catch me at the ballpark. Sure. Food anime, animation projects, everyday host. I'm just trying to look at some of the at these ones here, see if there's any ones that really stick out to me. And I'm not seeing anything else on this list that I think this is just a kids anime. Oh, I should check that out. To be Hero X. Look at that. Moonrise. Look at this. Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Game The Chronicles. Okay, we should definitely look at that. Okay, we gotta look at that too. Oh, the ONA's got some stuff for us. What is this? Oh, they made it. They're making a movie version of the Hidden Inventory arc, but it's a compilation film. Okay, Virgin Punk. Okay, we're going to the movies now. I'm not interested in previewing a Dragon Maid movie. I don't watch Dragon Maid, so it's fine. Princess Principal, Chapter 4 now. Detective Conan movie. If you know Detective Conan, you know Detective Conan. Mr. Robot. Okay. We'll make that we'll make that be our list for now. Okay. Let's go through the rest of these. Mobile Suit Gundam GQUUUUUUX. Amate Yuzahira is a high school student living peacefully in a space colony floating in outer space. Who would have guessed? When she meets a war refugee, Nyan, Amate is drawn into the illegal mobile suit dueling sport known as Clan Battle. Under the entry name Machu, she throws herself into fierce battle day after day, piloting the GQUUUX, and then an unidentified Gundam mobile suit pursued by both the Space Forces and the police appears before her, along with its pilot, a boy named Shuji. Okay. If you remember, the last Mobile Suit Gundam anime was Witch from Mercury, which was very good. I liked it a lot. This is a different one. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what's going on. Sunrise, of course. Sunrise makes all the Gundam anime.
6.4km のスペースコロニーは 113.5 秒に1回回転し 1G の遠心力を生み出している。空は頭の上じゃなく足の下にあるんだ。コロニー生まれの私たちは本物の重力も本物の空も知らない。もちろん本物の海も。賞金をかけてモビルスーツでバトルするクランバトル？クラバなんてまともなやつはやらない。僕は修士。クランバトル。マジ？いや、意外と可愛い名前。あんたさ、クランバトルやらない？素人を巻き込むな。本当に死ぬぞ。まだ子供じゃん。クラバは命がけなんだよ。モビルスーツ2対2のマブ戦。相手の頭部を破壊すれば勝ちだ。Win by destroying your opponent's head. 見えた。勝つから。信じて。マチュのマブ、本物のマブ。一緒にクランバトルやってくれるの？戦えとガンダムが言っている。
How can you do underground Gundam fighting? They're massive. This looks amazing. Oh. I'm gonna be checking this out. We're gonna be checking this out. We're gonna be checking this out. This looks really fucking cool. I hear there was already a few episodes already came out as a movie premiere event. I'm definitely checking this one out. It just looks cool, man. It just looks cool. The co-production between Sunrise and Kahara. Oh, they did Kaiju number 8, or produced Kaiju number 8. And also some other things here. Okay. Okay, it's a production studio. Okay. I'm checking this out. I'm checking this. It looks cool. It looks cool. It looks fun. Looks beautiful. It's going to be beautifully animated. And I am down for that. Machina-san's a love bot? Not an ecchi anime. Okay. Machina Agatsume, the school idol, moves into the home of Ita Akutsu, an introverted mechanical otaku. Ita, who has secretly harbored feelings for her, thinks he's hit the jackpot, but it turns out she's actually a robot made for sexual purposes. Okay, this is the ecchi. Okay. Caught off guard by her sudden physical advances, the virgin Ita is at a loss. However, he finds himself in a frenzy trying to help her maintain her secret identity. A romantic comedy with slightly risque mechanical revelation, where hilarity ensues as they try to keep the secret under wraps. She is literally a sex robot. She is literally a sex object. That is on the nose for anime, so you know that I'll give them that. It didn't say it's ecchi though, so let's look at the trailer. Let's see if that holds up. I don't think it will. I don't think it will. Okay, so she needs repairs, that's why she went over to him. So she's an actual robot who has like it's like a hologram? I don't know. Okay, yeah, no, I mean this is definitely an ecchi anime. The main character's a pathetic nerd, okay. Oh, a taser in his butt. That's cool. Anime was a mistake. Anyway, moving on. Once upon a witch's death. On her 17th birthday, the apprentice witch Meg learns that she only has 1 year left to live. That sucks. Her teacher, the long-lived witch Faust, explains that the only way for her to undo the death curse is to collect tears of joy and grow the seed of life. To find them, Meg will have to leave the sheltered life she's always known and head out onto the world. There will be meetings, partings, and friendships aplenty, and of course, many tears. Meg will learn the most important lessons for a witch are bright, sweet, and somewhat heart-wrenching. Okay. Her teacher's name is Faust, huh? I'm assuming her teacher had something to do with a deal with the devil. I'm assuming that would make sense. That would make sense. Who did this? Okay, based off a light novel. Let's check. Let's check. Let's check the preview here. Why you look so calm about it? Meg Raspberry. Enough. Oh, that's pretty.
文字通り人が抱く強い感情さね。お前はそれにいろんな人の喜びの感情を集めるんだ。人が喜んだ時に流す涙、嬉し涙をね。
めぐれ。うぬは精霊が見えるのか。
お前は人の心を開かせることができる魔女なんだね。
あなたは大切なものを失う。命を投げ出しても構
Calamity
わない
Witch.
と思うほど。
お前が決めるんだ。
You have to decide.
ある魔女が死ぬまで4月1日
Once upon a
放送
witch's
スター
death.
ト。
That I mean, it looks pretty cool. I like the design. I'll leave it up. I'll leave it up for a try. I'll leave it up for a good college try. I feel like it might get into like it feels like it's gonna be like a very like story of the week kind of thing where you travel from place to place, meeting new people. And maybe they'll come back in the beginning, at the end, you know, with different threats and exciting adventures. But who knows and who thinks it might be good? I don't know. I'll check. I will check it out. Cool. Okay. Rock is a lady's modesty. An elite all-girls academy where refined young ladies gather. Lise Suzunomiya, now the daughter of a real estate tycoon after her mother remarried, is forced to abandon her guitar and rock music to fit in. However, her passion is reignited by the sounds from the old school building where she meets a skilled drummer who shares her love for rock. Together they embrace their inner rock stars, elegantly clashing and shouting their way through the academy and its captivating tale of grace and rebellion. That sounds pretty cool. Bandai Namco. Okay. Let's give it a shot. Let's see it. Let's give a look at it. Look see. There are no captions. Okay.
男子禁制の超お嬢様学校。
ごめん遊ばせ。
なんだこの息が止まるほどの美少女お嬢様は。それが生涯のパートナー黒金乙葉との出会いだった。ところであなたギター弾かれますよね。お嬢様がやるようなことじゃない。お嬢様関係ないですよね。ふざけんな。私がこれまでどれだけ自分を捨ててきたと思ってるんだよ。てめえのギターはゴミだな。てめえの
So they're both degenerate rock stars. Okay. Okay. Hey, Bandmaid's in this. Okay, I like Bandmaid. They're a rock band. Metal band. I'll try it.
私たちバンド組まない。
Yeah, I wish I could know what they're saying, but they do sound fun. It does sound like they are very passionate, and we love some passion. Also, hello, Norcross929. Welcome in for the first time. How you doing? 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 I'm interested in it. I mean, the animation looks pretty sick. The Girls Band Cry was the last music anime I watched, which was great. Thank you for the follow. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. Girls Band Cry was the last music anime that I watched, which had a lot of 3D animation in it. This one also feels like it uses 3D animation during the music parts as well, and I'm pretty interested to see how it does. It's by Bandai Namco. Bandai Namco does some pretty the studio has some pretty good animation in it. Yeah, they're also the studio that did fucking this insane fucking display of his talent. So no telling it's gonna be like Wistoria, but that's who they got on staff. So let's see the director for this. Theme song performance being by Bandmaid is great. I love Bandmaid. They did the theme song for Zenshu this past season, but I also just really love their bass player. She's really fucking good. and it's good rock band just overall. Looks like this guy does a lot of Idolmaster. Oh, Gundam. Director for a Gundam series. A lot of Gundam. Some Idolmaster stuff. Love Live. Okay, this guy looks like he does Gundam anime and Love Live. Okay, you know what? I like the combination. We'll give this one a shot. We'll put this on the list. We'll give this one a shot here. Rock is a lady's modesty. What can you say? Here, hold on one second. No thanks, maybe later. I just saw that Yellow Ring had posted a clip in the Discord, and my God. Okay, back to this. We have seen some things. We have seen some weird anime so far. Moving on though. I don't know. This one, I feel like this will have good music, and like if a music anime has good music, then I will give it more of a shot than I probably should, because I like music. I don't know. I was in a band myself around that age, so you know, maybe part of it is nostalgia, but I will check it out. Fila hails from a family renowned for producing generations of saints, and she is no exception. In fact, she is known as the most powerful saint of all time, so extraordinarily gifted that many people find her insufferable. That makes sense. When even her fiancé decides he can't stand her, he suddenly calls off their engagement. Ugh. He's so eager to never see her again that he sells her off to a neighboring country in dire need of a saint of their own. He sells her. That's interesting. I don't think you can do that to a person, but okay. Doesn't that make her a slave? Anyway, what's with anime and selling people? Anyway, now Philia readies herself to face the unknown, fully expecting a more miserable treatment. After all, she'd be a fool to expect anyone to welcome her with open arms, right? I'm gonna guess that they welcome her with open arms. Anime by Troika. The Too Perfect Saint, tossed aside by my fiance and sold to another country. Let's... Too loud. Let's preview the anime. No subtitles, that's great. Oh, she's been kicked out. A handsome new man. Yeah, I don't know how that's supposed to work. How are you selling off people you don't own? Also, the other implication there is that when you marry someone, you own them, which isn't great either. But like, how are you selling off your fiance? Like, wouldn't her parents do that? I don't know. I don't know how that happens, but let's see. Oh, look. Monsters.
悪魔を見るのは初めてかしら。はじめまして。私はエルザ・ノーティス。タイマシよ。
お久しぶりっすね。アスモデウスの旦那。ひれ伏せ。過当な人間。
Ooh, a hot vampire man. Everyone loves a hot vampire man, don't we, folks?
アスモデウスが真っ先に狙うのはあなたよ。
Who knows how the royalty stuff works in this world is what I mean, but yeah, what the fuck. Yeah, no, I know. No, I get what you mean. I don't know what the logic is behind that. I'm kind of curious to watch the first episode to see if they give like any kind of reasoning for it, but maybe her parents sold them to... I don't know. I'm gonna pull the plug on this and say I'm not that interested in it. I just don't see myself caring. The premise kind of sounds like My Happy Marriage, except not as good. My Happy Marriage is really good. I don't know. Something about this just doesn't speak to me. This is again one of those ones where like if it has some kind of motion to it, maybe I'll check it out. But there's a lot of other things on here I want to spend my time watching way more than this. So pass. Is this Anne of Green Gables? Okay, no Anne. Yeah, Anne of Green Gables. This is an Anne of Green Gables anime. Okay. Do you guys remember Anne of Green Gables? Ever seen that? Ever see that show? It's really popular in Japan. I don't know why. Canadian? I didn't know it was Canadian. Classic Anne of Green Gables. The 1908 novel returned into an anime for like the third time, I feel like. It's based off a manga adaptation of it, I guess. Anyway, okay. Anne Shirley. Life is not easy for Anne Shirley, an 11-year-old orphan with a vast imagination and a short temper. In a twist of fate, she gets taken to the Cuthbert house in Avonlea. Whatever. The elderly occupants, Marilla and Marilla? That can't be her actual name. And Matthew Cuthbert were looking for a young boy to help in the fields, but they're in quite for a shock when they realize Anne is a girl. Adapted from the acclaimed classic by L.M. Montgomery, Kane no An portrays Anne's upbringing from 11 to 17 years of age and her encounters and separations of various people. Only time will tell what major decision Anne has to make to change her life forever. Let's look at this, because it's very interesting that there's an Anne of Green Gables anime in the year 2025. So let's see.
見も知らぬ子を家に入れるなんて忍者あの子が私たちの何の役に立つというんです
I'm gonna go back here. This
見も知らぬ子を家に入れるなんて忍者あの子が私たちの何の役に立つというんです
Oh God.
もし知ってることば
Beat
か
the
りだ
shit out of that
半
boy.
分も面白くないわ決めてしまえばいつだって楽しく過ごせるのが私のいいところよこれから発見
I like the art style a lot.
素敵じゃない世界ってとても面白いところですもの
Okay. I like the art style. It feels Ghibli-esque. It's not Ghibli-like that much. I want to see who's behind this. The Answer Studio. Oh, that's interesting. Mostly kids anime. Oh, hey, they did Garden of Words. That's interesting. Okay. Who is directing this? Hiroshi Kawamata. Modern Love Tokyo, Rainbow Finder, Road to You. I don't recognize any of these anime. Maybe I should, but I don't. Okay. I mean, it looks cool. I don't know how interested I am in watching an Anne of Green Gables thing, but it probably be nostalgic. So I don't know. Yeah, it checks out. They usually do kids anime since the art did give that vibe. Yeah, it did. And Anne of Green Gables is a very all ages story. It's a 1908 novel, so it makes sense. Just kind of, I don't know. It definitely feels like it's trying to echo Ghibli, but it is different. And hey, they draw this by hand, not using ChatGPT, so that's something. I want to give this a couple episodes because, like, it has been a long time since I've seen anything related to Anne of Green Gables. Like, I remember watching a live-action series on like PBS back in like the early 2000s, late 90s, back when I was like 6. So, yeah, I do want to check it out. So I'll leave it on here. I just kind of want to see what they do with it, you know? Apocalypse Hotel. Many years have passed since humanity vanished from the Earth. Yet the Galaxy Tower Hotel in Ginza, Tokyo continues to operate. At the center of its staff is Yachiyo, a dedicated hotelier robot, along with the other employees robots working tirelessly in various departments. Together they spend what feels like an eternity maintaining the hotel, despite having no guests, as they await the return of their owner and the day humanity reappears. Now, a small miracle is about to change everything for Yaicho and her robotic colleagues. That's interesting. Humanity disappears. How does humanity disappear? I'm interested. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Huh.
本音ってのはそう簡単に言えるもんじゃねえ。それが人ってもんだろ。
私たちは人ではありません。
我々は地球人だ。
Yuki?
希望。
Oh, it's aliens? I guess they're getting aliens in here? Yeah. That makes the most sense, I guess. Yeah, it's just a family of Tanuki for that one. Gonna get the lead.
お前は寂しくないのか。
寂しい。よくわかりません。愛すべきお客様にハートフルな京都、最高の笑顔を。
Huh. I really like that style. I really like the style on this one too. Very, very bright. Definitely using a lot of 3D, but the 3D feels really stylized and blended. Feels still otherworldly in the movements, but when you're using 3D next to 2D, I don't know how you... It's very hard to avoid that. But I don't know. Yeah, it seems like a feel good, but why am I getting the vibes that something sad will happen? Yeah, I mean, it is in the apocalypse, so it would make sense if something sad happens. But it does feel very feel good, very slice of life, and very pretty. I might just watch it just wanting to look at the animation, to be honest, because it does look very interesting. Okay. What else has the studio done? Oh god, they did the horse anime. Okay. Blade Runner, Blackout. Okay, well, they're involved in Blade Runner. Princess Connect, Idolmaster, more Idolmaster. I don't know about this anime. Anyway, okay. And I've never. Oh, they did Bang Bang Braven. I have that on my watch list. I haven't watched it yet. Okay. I'm assuming they do some decent 3D work, because the 3D work in this looked interesting, and they had a Gundam anime on there. So I'm assuming they would also do that. If they're doing like a horse. I know it's like people who are horses, like a racing anime. I'm pretty sure they would use some like 3D at least like effects and movements for that, like a decent amount of it. So I'm kind of interested in it. I'm interested in the premise. I'm more interested in the animation though, because I want to see that through a full episode, like what it actually looks like. So on that basis, I'm gonna put it in here just for a couple episodes at least, like, you know. Okay. Catch me at the ballpark. I'm going to a Mariners game soon, and I can't wait. Mariners won their first game yesterday. I don't know how they're doing right now. Let's check that. What's the Mariners score?
Sorry, the Mariners are trailing the Athletics 6-0 in the top of the 9th inning.
Okay. Okay. Just crushed my heart there. The Mariners are losing 6-0 to the Athletics. Great. Anyway, back to anime. An office drone finds relief in his job by attending a ballpark close to his daily commute. He asks a vendor girl for beer, but for some reason after the transaction she sticks around him. That was the only description they had when I looked at this, and I was so curious. I just wanted to see the trailer because what does that mean? What does that mean? Okay. Hey. The logo kind of looks like the Mariners. Not a little bit, just an M. Yeah. Okay. No actual closed captioning, but okay. Wow, ooh, baseball.
これだから野球ファンは
今日もアナウンス楽しみにしてます。
どこにいるんだい、ビューティフルガール。
ありがとうございます。メガ盛りチャー。
今でも野球観戦好きなんです。球場の仕事。
So is it like a slice of life workplace drama around just people working at a ballpark? Because if it is, I'm kind of interested. I'm like kind of interested, I guess. I don't know. I kind of want to know about more of the background behind Japanese baseball, like what that's like. Okay. It still didn't really show the catcher in the ballpark. What? Still didn't really show him like why the drink girl hangs out with him and like why that was the premise, but I don't know. There's a manga adaptation. How far is the manga in? When is this manga from? Oh, it's been going on for 5 years. It's Seinen. It's in morning. All right. I'm going to say it's unlikely that I'll actually watch this. Maybe I'll think about it sometime, but I don't. I think it's pretty unlikely that I'm going to be seeing that, unfortunately. What can you do? Okay. Lycris Recoil short movie. If you didn't know, Lycris Recoil is an anime series that came out a while ago. Seems sad salaryman, I can fix him type shit. Yeah, it does. And she kind of gave off like Kogel vibes, which is like what they do with that. I don't know. It feels like one of those things that like hints at there being a romance, but there never really is, and like you just have to watch a bunch of people work, and like everyday happenings of a ballpark. It could be interesting. I don't know. Okay. Lycris Recoil short movie. Friends Are Thieves of Time. Lycris Recoil was a series that came out a few years ago. That was really good. I liked it. It was about a girl, Chisato, who refused to kill people even though she was a member of an elite hit squad of high school girls. Actually, come to think of it, the world behind this, behind Lycris Recoil, is there's a bunch of high school girls who've been abducted and trained by the government to assassinate people just with no trial. If they see people committing any sort of crime, they just point blank shoot them. And it makes Japan seem like it has a lot more crime than it kind of does, than it really does. It's weird. It's a weird series. But you know, the action was great. It's by A1 Pictures. It's had a nice little slice of life blend. It's pretty good. And so I'm assuming this is just a bunch of like OVAs that they're doing. It says 6 episodes. I'm assuming it's just like a bunch of short stories, it looks like, but I'm gonna look at the preview just to get a little bit of an idea of what they're actually doing here. Okay, stop doing that one. Okay. Still never get subtitles. Okay, yeah, we're not gonna get anything from this. It just looks like it's Okay, it looks like it's an OVA series. I'll try to check in on it. Though there's like an OVA series they did for like Ranking of Kings, and I couldn't really get into that either. I'm assuming it's the same kind of thing where like they want to do more with Lycos Recoil, but they don't want to put out a new season yet. Or maybe they're still just trying to gauge if they want to do a new season, maybe. I think they're probably going to, but I can't tell. I don't know if there's been one announced. It doesn't really show here, so I don't know. I'll put it on here just because I did like Lycos Recoil, but I don't know if I'm going to be... I don't, like, you know, this isn't going to be like my top of the year, so top of the list, so we'll see what they do. To Be Hero X. This is a world where heroes are created by people's trust, and the hero who receives the most trust is known as X. In this world, people's trust can be calculated by data, and these values will be reflected in everyone's wrists. As long as enough trust points are obtained, ordinary people can also have superpowers and become superheroes that save the world. However, the ever-changing trust value makes the hero's path full of unknowns. It's a movie, right? Or, this is a ONA. Okay. Aniplex Billy. Okay. Let's check out the trailer. Looks like this is a Chinese one, right? I'm assuming so, based off these names. Yeah, that's Billy, so that's usually Chinese. We have subtitles. Japanese, auto-generated. Auto-translate. Nope, not bothering with auto-translate. We'll just look at it, see how it looks. Oh, okay. It's all 3D. We'll see. We'll give it a shot.
Okay. Well,
いつか絶対俺も強くなるから
自分が何を求めてないかはわかる
分かっているのは
There's a lot of different styles.
いつからこの子の話を信じ始めたんだろう。
トラならみんなを守るヒーローになれ
る。もうピエロじゃないスーパーヒーローになってやる。
もしここで逃げ出したらその人たちを裏切ることになってしまう。
新しいヒーロー像を作り
I watched the full trailer. Goddamn. Okay.
お前を傷つける奴がいれば問答無用で殺す。大切な人一人守れないのならヒーローになんかならなくていい。神様になったら目障りなゴミは全部片付けられるのか。俺たちは運命によって配置された駒だ。恐怖が消えることもない。
恐怖粒子がもたらすパワーを試したくはないか。
しがらみから解放されて前を向く時が来たんだ。
私の真実私が自分で取り戻す。
天秤は傾いてしまってる。誰かが正さなきゃいけない。
ルールとは不完全だから改正するもの。
ヒーローを野放しにしてはダメだ。
完全に管理するのは無理があるみたいだね。
もうためらわない。僕が本気でヒーローになりたいと思ったのは守り抜きたい人ができた時だ。真相解明といこう。
I like the vibes. I like the vibes. I'll just say this. There seems to be a very diverse set of animation, and series that have diverse sets of animation, I think, are always interesting. Because I don't know, like, I'm sure that's like story by story they're doing different ones, maybe by episode. Maybe like different, focusing on different characters. They have different animation styles. I don't know, but it seems really fascinating. And I'm down to give it a shot. I want to give it a shot. I want to see what they do with it. Is this based off? I think it says it's a prequel, but I don't know what this is. A lecherous but handsome toilet designer. What the fuck? This is 2016. Okay. I'm just gonna stick with this on its own, and hopefully that'll be enough understanding. Well, who is? Let's see. I don't know any of these. Okay. You know what? To Be Hero X. I kind of want to see what this is going to stream on because I'm not probably Crunchyroll, but you never really know. Let's see. To Be Hero X. Yes, Crunchyroll. I'm assuming. Where to watch. Yep, Crunchyroll. Perfect. All right, we'll put that on the list. It looks very interesting. We have a really long list up here. This is... There's a lot of really interesting ones. This one, that multimedia style, and the fact that a lot of them look really, really good. Yeah, I definitely want to give that a shot. Okay. Put it on the list. Moonrise. In a not too distant future, humanity has established a loosely organized world government, with everything managed by an international AI network called Sapientia? Sapientia? People live peaceful lives by loyally obeying its rational decisions. However, its lunar development project, which sends criminals and pollutants to the moon to maintain Earth's peace, creates disparity and poverty on the moon, sparking a catalyst for war. Jack Shadow, gets caught up in this conflict, losing his family to a terrorist bombing by the moon's rebel army. Vowing revenge, Jack joins the Earth army as a scout on the moon, only to discover an unexpected leader among the resistance forces. This is a Netflix anime by Wit Studios. Okay. Who's the director here? Oh, one of the directors for the One Piece. Okay. It's one of the director for a lot of Attack on Titan. Okay. That's interesting. Let's see what they got. It's a Netflix anime, so I can at least there will be fucking subtitles for me. So there's that at least. Or maybe it'll be in English. I don't even know. It looks good. Kind of reminds me of the plot of Gundam, where the original Mobile Suit Gundam, where the Earth colonies try to separate from, where the colonies in space try to separate from Earth. Also, the fact that everything's ruled by an AI reminds me of Psycho-Pass. It's interesting. Never trust AI. Yeah.
私たち VC3 偵察教習部隊の任務は月の反乱軍のリーダーボブ・スカイラムの抹殺です。
Bob Skylum.
そのため目的の居場所を特定すべく敵地に潜入します。
Interesting tech.
みんなこの場撤収。ポイントチャーリーで合流するわよ。
手合わせ願えるかな。ボブ・スカイラム。
Bob Skylum.
あの野郎の首を持ち帰るまで地球には帰らない。俺がボブ・スカイラムを抹殺する。
Okay. I can dig it.
無事だったんだね。よかった。フィル。
Phil? Oh my god. April 10th, only on Netflix. Okay. So this is a series. Yes. Unknown amount of episodes. Yeah, I'll check this out. I mean, like, it's by Wit Studios. I love Wit Studios. They've done a lot of great work historically, even though a lot of it's been taken over by Mappa now. But it's Wit Studios, great director. I like the sci-fi space aesthetic they're going for. Feel like it could do some cool shit. So Moonrise, there you go. Thing seems like bait. Yeah. It's definitely BL lover bait. That's for sure. That is for sure. But we'll see. That's a lot. That's a lot of anime these days. This is the director also of Banana Fish, so let's not forget that. Or one of the directors of Banana Fish, and the people from Banana Fish are involved in this. So, okay. I haven't watched a Yu-Gi-Oh series in forever, but the synopsis spoke to me. The stories that lie within the cards come to life. Does that mean like the actual because like a lot of cards in Yu-Gi-Oh have like themes between them? Is there like the lore of it? Yeah. Well, you gotta, I saw that and I'm like, I saw that and you mentioned the BL thing. I'm like, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. I'm interested to see where they go with it. This looks strange though. Like, is it the actual story of in the card game? And will that be any good? There's like there's no staff listed. Konami Animation. Konami has animation? Okay, this is their first project. Okay. I didn't know Konami had an animation studio. I guess this is a new thing. This is a special announcement. Is this even like, okay, let's see. Promotional anime series. Promotional short anime series. Okay. Let's see. The Chronicles. Maybe if I knew much about modern Yu-Gi-Oh, these characters would be like, whoa, I can't believe it's I'm more trying to check this out to see if there's any like characters I know that are in this or cards I know that are in this to see if like they're doing like a backstory with them, and that could be interesting, but I don't feel like that's what's going on here. Where's the Celtic Guardian? Okay, that didn't tell me basically anything, so okay. I don't know. It's fine, I guess. Koisuro One Piece. The premise of this gag manga spin-off is about 3 high school students, a young male student, his girlfriend, and a third wheel who is a One Piece fanatic. Their names are similar to the Straw Hat Pirates, and the group form a fan club dedicated to One Piece. What? Yeah, it's a Nami, Usopp, and a Luffy. There's no studio listed. Who is this by? The director has not done a lot. Okay, this is story and art. Okay, they just listed the mangaka for this. Yeah, there's the... Okay, well, that's interesting. I guess it's like an episode probably, or like a couple. It's like, it says April 1st through the 5th, so I'm assuming it's just like a few episodes. of like just covering a short little gag manga based on One Piece. Let's look. I want to look more into this. What is this? One Piece in Love. Okay. Anime. There's nothing here. Okay, does this have anything on it? The Shonen Jump anime spinoff will make its debut across YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok in Japan on a daily basis on April 1st to help commemorate One Piece anime's return. Okay, so it's gonna be on YouTube. Okay, well, keep an eye out for that on YouTube or TikTok. That's. I guess they're not doing a preview for it. I don't know. I don't think this counts as an anime, so I'm just gonna remove this. But I mean, I'll check it out, I guess. I don't know. I thought it was gonna be like a One Piece fan letter kind of thing, and it's not. But One Piece fan letter is pretty sick. All right. Konosuba, God's Blessing on This Wonderful World 3 EVOA. EVOA? OVA. 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 It's just, you know what it is. It's fine. I'm losing my mind. Okay. It's just an OVA. Let's just watch the preview for it. If you know Konosuba, it's just some more Konosuba content, I'm assuming. But watch the preview just to be sure. I personally enjoy Konosuba. I think it's funny and stupid. And I love it for that. Leave it to me on a snowy day. Pachimon.
決戦の場所は水場になるわ。
双子嵐の大精霊さんだ。やめてくれ。俺たちより主人公っぽい設定はもういらないんだよ。
So they run into a party that's spiritually similar to them, except they act more like main characters, I'm guessing. Of course they're in bikinis. Wait, did that say in theaters? Wait, it was in theater. What? In March? Oh, already? I hadn't heard about this. I guess it's eliminated. I would have included that as a part of winter season, but okay, let's just look this up here. Okay. Convention starts. Consult SakuraCon. Oh! Hey, SakuraCon! I'm going to that. With convention season starting up, it's time for fans to start seeing brand new premieres and see what is coming up to Crunchyroll. To coincide with Crunchyroll's SakuraCon 2025 panel and premiere schedule, the following anime will premiere on the service in the future, including the Konosuba 3 OVAs and more. Okay, so it's an OVA that's coming out at that time. Cool. Solo camping for 2, huh? This isn't even on the main list. This is an OVA, but I'm going to check this out. Okay, that's cool, though, that it's part of SakuraCon. I didn't know they were doing a panel like that. I'm excited for that. Let's see.
木倉源34歳趣味は一人でキャンプをすること街を離れ自然の中で自由を感じる車の音もなく 騒ぎ声もない俺だけの世界俺だけの時間これこそ俺のソロキャンプ
私草野雫と言います。
テントもなく一晩過ごすつもりか。
どうしたらいいですかね。私いいこと思いついちゃったんですけど。
なんか嫌な予感がする。
私が安心してソロができる日までケンさんについていきます。
だからソロキャンプがやりたいんだよ俺は。
安心してください。ソロキャンプです。
So he randomly finds a hookup in the woods. Hey, good for him, man. That's good. That's good for him. You know what?
二人でソロキャンプです。二人ソロキャンプ。
Seems interesting. I don't know how a whole lot to say about it. Cool. Okay. Virgin Punk. The story follows Yubu, a young woman who finds herself living in a dangerous life of a bounty hunter. As she grapples with her inner turmoil, she becomes entangled in a world filled with chaos and the desires of the powerful and eccentric individuals around her. This is a movie, right? Yeah, it's a movie. Coming out in June by Shaft. Ooh, okay. That's what's the trailer for this film. It's a major motion picture. Oh, okay, that looks cool.
ここどこ？懸賞金を受け取る条件。違法相馬ディア指名手配犯の脳を警察に持ち込む。ターゲットの選手は不問。歯が入らない。意味わかんない。
見つけた。これは俺の愛だ。
俺一人で狩る。
さて、ぶっ殺してやっからな。いた。
14歳のあの頃に戻って新しい人生を生きる。俺の可愛いお人形さんとしてね。
The vibes are incredible.
お金が必要だって言った。
I'll give him that. The vibes are insane. Ooh.
あんたの懸賞金。
ニューヒロインの誕生だ。
It looks sick.
喜んでるのも今のうちよ。エレガンス。
Okay.
お前をぶっ殺す。
If this comes in theaters here, I'll check it out. Because that animation does look pretty cool. Who is this by? That's by Shaft. Oh, Fate Strange Fake. Also else to check out. Bungo Stray Dogs, second season, episode director. Persona 5 key animation. Key animation, storyboard, key animation. Okay. Cool. Alright. I'll give Virgin Punk. Interesting movie. Give it a shot. It looks cool. It looks... The framing's get hella nice. They are. Really fluid, interesting movement. I mean, you can nail that. I think it's worth giving it a shot. So that comes out in June. I'm down to check that out. Mumie no Jinsei. This is also a movie. A lonely, bullied boy who follows his father's footsteps and aims to become an idol. Not a lot of information here. Oh. Interesting. Okay, let's see.
ねえってば。しかとこいてんじゃねえよ。
なんだあいつ、何も喋んねえの。
あいつはみんなと違うんだ。喋んねえし動かねえし。マジキモいよな。
せいちゃんのお友達？
せいちゃん。
Very bare bones animation.
好きなのアイドル
Kind of reminds me of like home movies.
君たち6人でグループを組む。5年後にはスーパースターだ。
俺はさ、たくさんの人を笑顔にできるようなアイドルになりたい。
What the fuck?
くだらねえ。全部くだらね
え。Ace cool.
俺たちさ、なれんのかなスーパースター。
俺たちはずっと一緒だ。
二人とも超イケメン。
レイト君、人生楽しい。神様、聞こえますか？
ファミリーに乾杯。
Is that Halo? Hold on.
ナクロ、君はどうする？
Hold on a second.
二人とも超イケメン。
レイト君、人生楽しい。神様、聞こえますか？
ファミリー。
Okay, it kind of looks like it, but it's not. Okay.
乾杯。
バックだからって舐めてんじゃねえ。ナクロ、君はどうする？
あなたにはこの世界がどう見えてるの？
さあみんな、ショーを始めよ
う。人は生まれて死ぬまでにいくつかの名前を持つ。これは俺の人生の物語だ。
Okay.
お前ってさ、かっけえな。
This seems like one of those series that's isn't supposed to look like technically brilliant, but I think can do a lot with that style to tell a more effective story. Limited animation, you know? No studio, no licensor. I'm gonna find out. We gotta look up more about this anime. Okay, not a lot about it, to be honest. Okay. Nameless Life will open in Japan on May 16th. Okay. I'm assuming this won't be in America for a long time, so I'm not going to include it on this list, because I highly doubt we'll be able to see it. But it did look interesting, at least. Telling... It's sad. It looks sad. It looks sad. Okay. But that's all the anime I wanted to go over for spring. So let's recap here from the beginning. We got Mobile Suit Gundam GQX. Looks sick. Another Mobile Suit Gundam anime. Very stylized, little rounded stylings here. Kind of reminds me of a Trigger anime, like a little bit. But excited for this one. Looks cool. Once Upon a Wish's Death looks like an interesting anime about a witch traveling around to collect tears so that she can not die and like meet and connect with other people around her. Kind of reminds me of just like, it's like these kind of like adventure animes, kind of like Mushishi, you know, things where you're like traveling around and like interjecting into other people's lives and other people's stories. So I want to give that one a little bit of a shot. And Shirley, going to give this a few episodes just because, you know, I remember Anne of Green Gables and I kind of want to reminisce. Apocalypse Hotel looks crazy. Animation looks beautiful, and I think it involves aliens. Looks like it could be cool. Wonder why all the humans died. Feel like it's probably because of war or something, because we suck. Anyway, moving on. Lycoris Recoil short movie. Just seems like some OVAs, some Lycoris Recoil. You know. To Be Hero X. Looks like a multimedia series about people who are heroes, but done in a lot of different animation styles and expressions, and I love when shows do that, so I'm going to support it. Also, it's Chinese, which doesn't affect anything in me watching it. It's just something to note. Moonrise, a new Wit Studios production coming to Netflix. Looks sick. Lots of battle and action animation. Might be teasing on boys love, but we'll see. Konosuba OVA. It's Konosuba. I like Konosuba. I'm gonna watch the OVA. Virgin Punk looks like a weird action-packed movie from Shaft. And I like seeing projects with crazy fluid animation. Kowloon Generic Romance. I want to give this a couple episodes because I can't really tell much about the series from the previews, and it looks strange. And I want to give it a shot just because it looks like a strange romance about a woman who has amnesia in some way. I feel like I can guess what might have happened, but I just want to give it a shot and see. I'm not sold on this anime, but I want to at least look at it. I'm the Evil Lord of Intergalactic Empire. Another one that I'm not super certain of. I think I could get probably bored of it pretty fast, but it's about a guy who has reincarnated into another world after having a shit life, and he just wants to be evil, and it seems like all the evil things he does doesn't end up being all that evil, even though he's trying to be evil. And I think that's funny, and I want to at least give it a shot to see if it has some interesting humor. I kind of doubt it, but we can give it a shot. Okay. Shoshimin How to Become Ordinary Season 2. I love Shoshimin How to Become Ordinary Season 1. I think it's really fucking cool and really cinematically shot. Beautiful anime. Some really cutting writing. And I would have been dying for the next season of this. So I'm super fucking excited. Go-Go Loser Ranger Season 2. Go-Go Loser Ranger is also a really fun series that not enough people were able to enjoy. It's kind of a parody on Sentai, while also being a more of a seinen type action with like a boys vibe to it, where like heroes are, you know, piece of shit celebrities, you know, and also really violent. So love a series like that. Also Killer ED. Anyway, Witch Watch. Seems like a fun Netflix supernatural rom-com. I don't think we're going to love this anime, but I'm going to give it a shot. This is another one that I want to at least attempt. The Brilliant Healer's New Life in the Shadows. It's about an unlicensed healer who got kicked out of the Heroes Party. I don't think this one's going to be all that good, but again, I want to give it a little bit of a shot. They have a gun for some reason. It's like a medieval fantasy theme, but also characters have guns. It looks like it's probably going to be garbage, but I at least want to be front row for the garbage. Soul of the Demon Hunter. This series actually looks pretty interesting because it's like it feels like a classic kind of wandering hero in Japan looking for revenge, and I haven't seen an anime like that for a while that has actually sparked any interest in me. So I'm gonna watch this, and hopefully it's good. I don't have much to say about that. Lazarus is Shinichiro Watanabe series. If you like Cowboy Bebop, if you like Space Dandy, if you like Samurai Champloo or Carolyn Tuesday, this series is for you. Sci-fi, near future aesthetic show with a lot of beautiful music and insane animation and action. Watanabe joins MAPPA to put out a series that I think is going to really kick some ass. Because it's fucking Watanabe. He doesn't miss. I'll be real. He does not miss. Windbreaker Season 2. I like Windbreaker Season 1. I think it's a bunch of cool anime boys beating other people up. It's not the most deep thing, but I think it's enjoyable. So I'm going to watch it. My Hero Academia Vigilantes. It takes the My Hero universe and spins it off into something that occurred before the events of the main story. I like it because I like the My Hero world, but I don't like the high school to it, and this feels like it could be a little more nimble with its characters and could do some interesting things. Because the My Hero Academia series does get pretty dark, and I feel like this could do some more interesting things with the world of My Hero Academia and people who are not in the public eye as heroes. I don't know if it's going to be good. I don't have the most faith in it, but I do want to give it a shot because I think there's potential. And lastly, can a boy-girl friendship survive? This just seems like a friend's childhood friend doesn't want to lose their best friend to a crush type of animes, and it looks stupid and cheesy, but honestly, I kind of need that every now and then. You need love. We all need love, don't we? In our lives, in the world? I think so. All right, that's my list for spring 2025. Cheap viewers? Wow, I can get cheap viewers? Remove the space. Well, I've always wanted a cheap viewer. I've always wanted cheap viewers. You know, there's nothing that's really appealed to me more than the ability to buy my own fans. That's great. That's how you make things achievable. Anyway, this is an interesting batch this spring. There's a lot more anime on here than I would normally put on a list, just because there's so many interesting ones that I want to try out. There's also some really bad ones. Like, this one's just an ecchi series about a girl whose superpower is taking off her underwear, and so she's blackmailed the guy into carrying around underwear for her. There's that for you. And there's more Black Butler. There's a lot of things in this season that are interesting, but I have picked the anime that I am most interested in here. Probably Shoshimen's probably gonna be my top one, to be honest. I'm really interested in Mobile Suit Gundam. Vigilantes is up here, and this isn't Vigilantes. Lazarus up near the top as well. Anyway, some just take a peek at if they're good. Hopefully, some that are not so bad. It's good. Yeah. There's a lot of ones that I definitely like pique my interest in a weird way. Where like their premise is interesting, but I don't know if they can live up to it. I want a good anime where someone's just a villain and it's funny. And I there's like anime like that sneak up on you. Like a few years ago, there was Trapped in a Dating Sim, which didn't feel like it was gonna be like this interesting anime, but it ended up being just really funny and really good. So I don't know. Here, let me just double check something. I want to see who's live because I'm gonna rate us out to somebody, and I'm gonna choose who in just a moment. I've chosen who. Okay, we're gonna raid Yume Suki. Okay, we're gonna raid Yume. Norcross929, I want to thank you for sticking with me here and chatting. I really appreciate it. I hope you had fun. Thank you again for following. If you didn't know, follow me on my socials. You can follow me on my Discord. And also you can check out my latest video on War of the Rohirrim, an anime that I think is bad for anime. Not because it's like a horrible movie. It's not a great movie, but it's not horrible. But like I think it signals bad things for the industry. And it's future exploitation by the Western market that I don't like. But also, I think it's this button. Yeah, cold raid. You can't, just do the cold raid part if you want to. You don't have to. I'll be back next Friday, either with a stream where I'm making some emotes with a friend, or I'll be building a One Piece. I'll be building the Thousand Sunny model kit that I have, which I'm really excited for. Just know it wasn't already following. I've gone from here to Yoshi. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I figured I'd seen your name before, so that makes sense. But yeah, I'm gonna go raid Yume. Hope you have a great day, great night, whatever you're having to stay rad. I'll be back on Friday for another fun stream. And I hope you have a great day. Goodbye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Say hi to Yim Yam. Goodbye. Bye-bye.